Hi everyone, I'm Rafique Bhuiyan, Chief Executive Achieve Canada and editor of a newspaper weekly Joga Jog. Can you please just give me 5 minutes and I'll give you some information about immigration, Canada immigration, and all over the world. How can you be a permanent resident in another country from your country? And I believe you will get right answer from me because of my educational background, because I'm a Canadian citizen. I have been staying in Canada since almost 19-20 years. So I believe you will stay with me and listen to me. So I only give you a story in every single part of my talking or of my part. So story means I am actually facing a lot of people who need assistance, need cooperation, need help for going to Canada. So every day I try to bring one person's story, then you can match with your story, what actually you should do in that scenario, in that case. One person came to me, okay, sir, I want to go to Canada for working. And then I said, okay, so the story is the person has a master's, person has 2 kids and his wife, couple of years experience, and now I said, okay, so what you have to follow to it's not work visa or something. We should call the process called express entry in Canada, and the other component is like to put the application. One of the application process should be PNP, like provincial nominee program. So we got 10 provinces, and every single province has different rules, different way to go and way to move the application. So I thought, okay, this application should be for PNP, and the requirement is going to be a little bit different than others. We have to follow so many different ways to think about a story or one person's story to match up everything. The story begins with his education, and then experience, then it's language requirement. So language requirement means IELTS. He didn't have any idea that he is required to actually sit for IELTS and give me the result. Another thing is financial capability or proof of fund. So he got 4 family members, 24K or 24,000 something Canadian dollars has to be in the bank a couple of months ago before we apply. That's another thing. And other thing is, very important thing is your educational qualification in one area and you are working in Bangladesh or any other country in different areas. So how can you match your work experience? This is important. Another thing is, when you get ready for going to Canada, you have to be evaluated and the Canadian standard educational things, or go for your credential evaluations, and then let me know your grade or your educational certificates evaluation. And other thing is, when you are ready, you have to choose the way Canada government prefer, as you are an expert but your age is in the area of like the way the setup 30 to 34 or 35 to 39 or 40 is very like is in the bottom, or it is not just a perfect timing, but you can apply. And after 40 years of old, it is very, very important to think should I apply? Because it's very competitive, and yeah, you are actually fighting against almost 200 countries people. And think about your age, and think before, like when you were 30 years old.